Hmm.
Testing, testing, one, two, testing.
Okay. All right.
Is about something being dug up. I never gave these stories much credence, and particularly in view of some of the other things that have happened. I find them difficult to put
I'd probably like to get Joe and Mayo against me and Jordan too, just to make they both call outs in a doubles match, so it'd be kind of fun.
Open the pod bay doors, Ho.
An intermediate rec guys, like, man, when somebody's on, they're on, and when they're not, they're not.
Open the pod bay door, please, Ho. Open the pod bay doors, Ho. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Hey, baby, make sure you get off the internet. All right, thank you.
All right. Here we go. We're almost there. It's getting there.
There's about something being dug up.
I think
I navigate
we're
these
live.
secrets which dreams, and particularly in view of some of the other things that have happened, I find them difficult to put out.
I'd probably like to get Joe and Mayo against me and Jordan too, just to make, they both call outs in a doubles match, so it'd be kind of fun.
Open the pod bay doors, huh?
An intermediate rec, guys, like, man, when somebody's on, they're on, and when they're not, they're not.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Well, I think I'm live. We shall see. Let me check. For some reason, as usual, the live version of this show seems to struggle. However, if we are live, we're also connecting to our guests this evening, so we'll give them a chance to come on. We'll see if one of them can also check to see if we're live right now as well. It's taking me just a moment. Let's see. Hello. Are we live? More. Go to more. And I think we are live. We are live. Good. Yes. Anyway, welcome to the show, folks. It's going to be a great show this evening. We have got a packed one tonight, but first I want to go over the happenings of this weekend. We had a tremendous show this weekend at Stonebridge Church. We had a time for giving. It ended up being a food drive and a Toys for Tots drive. It was just amazing the amount of things that people brought out. So wonderful to see the support. We basically filled up the back end of the SUV in food and toys. And then tomorrow, we're also going to be dropping off an additional check of $150 to Stonebridge Church to give to their food shelter as well, because they are definitely in need this time of year. We had some of our players also go above and beyond and donate cash as well. So we'll be taking that over to them. And it's definitely at a needed time, as Matt and I were able to have a wonderful conversation with the people at Stonebridge, and it was really well received. So thank you all for coming out. And to the winners, I think we're all winners for just supporting the church at this time of the year for what they do for us. But in the open division, I do believe another Bente won, for goodness sake. And then we had Sam Price taking down also the 40s. I think Matt will maybe fill me in on the rest of that. And then, of course, my buddy Jordan Kestner, way to go there. Way to take that down. Fred Needham, all-time winner. He was on my card. He took us down. Congratulations, Fred. And we'll let Matt finish up the rest of that when we come back on in a second. But while we're still waiting for the rest of our captains to come on, as you can see, we're going to be going over Winter League, and it is going to be amazing. 40 players, 4 teams, and we match up once a month to determine who is going to be the champion. But more so tonight, we're going to find out what was in the brains of each one of these captains and why they chose the players they chose and the course they chose. And now we're also going to be looking at the first week's matchup, which is going to be this Saturday. So before we do that, I also want to take care of our wonderful Christiani. She does a great job bringing us our health tip of the week. So I want to get to her short clip before we get to the guys. So y'all enjoy.
Hi, Chris and Fling Show fans. Pela and Cristiane are back with another health tip of the week. We'll take a little break on the travel tips and talk about cold, as winter is usually a cold season. Chris was sick last week and I didn't give you a tip soon enough, but make notes now so you don't get sick again. There is no cure yet for the common cold, but you may be able to shorten the amount of time you are sick by trying some promising supplements and practicing good self-care. At first sign of a cold, most of us want to make sure the sniffles, the sneezing, and other symptoms go away as quick as possible. If you take vitamin C regularly, your cold symptoms may disappear earlier, and there is some scientific support for trying remedies like zinc, echinacea, elderberry preparations, beetroot juice, and probiotic drinks to prevent or shorten the duration of a cold. But the best way to beat a cold is still the good old rest. Drink lots of fluids and treat the symptoms with medicines that relieve pain, coughing, and congestion. But when should you go to the doctor? Colds that don't go away quickly can lead to other illnesses like pneumonia, lung, ear, and sinus infection. Go to see your doctor if your symptoms last longer than 10 days, you have a fever over 101 degrees, you begin vomiting violently, your sinuses ache, your cough begins sounds like a wheeze, you feel pain in your chest, and you have trouble breathing. And that's all for this week. Chin chin to the ones that never give up. Take care of yourself. See you guys next week. Love y'all. Say bye, Pila. Ciao. Go throw something in the air.
Well, I thank you, Christiana. Yes, I was feeling terrible. And yes, colds, please take care of them. It is this time of year. Last year it was COVID. We always dealing with the flu. It's always something. But I did find the results, and I would be remiss. Conald Stillwagon once again took home another win in advance over our own Charles Mayo, who came in second, with Hunter Montaigne, as I always like to say, who came in third place. It was a great battle. Conald was 7 under, Mayo was 6 under, and Hunter was 5 under. So great battle there. Rachel Shanks takes home the win in advanced women's division. A nice battle there with Dominique and Nikki as well. Thank you, ladies, for coming out. And in the amateur masters 40 division, we had Andrew Johnson take home the win at +6 over Philip Martinez by 3 strokes. And like I said, Fred Needham took home another win to add to his legendary total of all times win leader in the PDGA. He shot a 3-down, 911 rated in the amateur masters division. And I did tell you, Jordan Kessner, he beat out Steven Smith and Austin Mayfield. And in the intermediate women, another Bente, another trophy. I'm telling you, they're going to have to get a bigger house for all these dang trophies that they have. But Mandy takes home the win there in the intermediate FA2 division. And in our MA3 division, Dylan Lucic took down Matthew Christensen, and boy, Chris War came in third place. So congratulations to you all. And also in the FA3 division, Bryn Davis beat Brandy Jones, taking home the win there. And Kenneth Barnes took home the MA4 division as well. So congratulations. Thank you all for participating. Very nice to see you all out there. But let's get into what we're all here for. It's called the Winter League. 10 players, 4 teams each, 2 rounds. We're going to get into the captains, but first we're going to get into the tournament director of this event and my partner in still banging, Mr. Matt Stillwagon. Matt, thank you for joining the show. I know you've had a busy Monday as you typically do after your busy Sunday. You put yourself on mute again. There you go. How you doing this evening, sir? Thank you for joining us.
Not bad, Chris. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing really good. You know, my Mondays are always busy between what we do for Still Banging and what I do for the show. It's just a race to get here. As you can see, when I started today, it was still a little bit disheveled, but I think we're good to go here. But I wanted to go ahead and give you the floor to kind of fill the people in about what's about to happen on Saturday and the style of matches that are about to be played.
Okay, this is not an experimental format. This has been run before here. It was a little bit larger before, but I took this idea from NEFA, the New England Frisbee Association, the New England area, where in that area, each team represents a state. It doesn't represent a course or anything like that. It's the entire state. And it's a very big deal, and it's a big honor to be recruited to a team. As a matter of fact, one of our old Northside Chain Gang players right now is playing NEFA Winter League, and he plays for, I think it's the New Hampshire team, and that's Danny Griffin. So, you know, he's following this, our Winter League as well, very well. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of posts out there where he's, you know, wished everybody luck for the upcoming matches and everything. So it's a really good format. Basically the way this works is there are 10 players per team. Each team must fill 7 slots for the required play. It's 2 open players, 2 advanced players, 2 intermediate/rec players, and at least 1 female. Now the other players are swing players, because sometimes you may not have a player that's playing well or gets hurt. You need to be able to fill them in. It's like a substitution, if you will. The 7 slots are played for. And then if there are enough extra players on both sides, you can play out the extra matches as swing matches for extra points. It's a 2-round format. The first round is match play singles. There are 6 points. In both rounds, there are 6 points each round. There's 2 points for winning the front, 2 points for winning the back, and 2 points for winning the overall. And if there are ties, it's a split of 1 and 1. So there's 6 points up for every single match. The captains get together. Matt Jewett and I actually planned out our match today, and we got that done. We're old hats at it. Matt was a captain before as well, so it was kind of an easy deal to set that up. But he's the home team, his home course being Texas Army Trail, and therefore he gets the first pick. So he decides who the first match is going to be against. And then it alternates after that. When we're done with that match play, there's a small break. The home team provides a lunch for everybody. Oftentimes it's like a potluck thing. It's really to contribute to the team spirit kind of thing, and the neighborly deal of providing to the visitors coming to your course. And the nice thing about it is during that time, it keeps everybody there. The captains sit down, and then we get to play with our teams a lot. Then it becomes a doubles thing. So round 2 is doubles, and it's actually stroke play doubles. So there's 2 points for winning the front, 2 points for winning the back, 2 points for winning the overall, splits like before. The one thing is that sometimes you have an odd number of players. You both have an odd number of players. So if there's 9, for example, which is going to be happening in our match this week, if there's 9 there, then there's one group that will be 2 singles playing against each other, and it'll still be stroke play. It's just a regular singles match for those 2 people. And at the end, you tally up all the points. Most points wins. The winning team gets 3 bonus points. Each team, just for attending the match, gets 1 point in the standings. And then after the round robin format with 4 teams, that means there'll be 3 matches. At the end of the round robin format, the points leaders, the top 3 points leader teams will play in the finals. And in the finals, it's real simple. The top 2 teams are getting paid out. They're playing for a purse of $2,500. So far. But that's the long and the short of it. It's a very prestigious thing. Last year, or the one year that we did put it, We actually had 8 teams, and Charles Mayo was the captain of the Stonebridge Elite team, or as we like to jokingly call him, the Elite team. But they ended up winning the whole thing. It
Shots
was
fired.
It was. But that was a good year. Not all of that team came back. One member's no longer with us, sadly. And a few others have just moved on in life. So this is a new year and new teams, and should be a very interesting Winter League.
All right. So now that you've set the table, let me kind of set up the captains. It looks like Charles is struggling to get on. Our third captain is Charles Mayo. Our fourth one is Travis Dillard. Now, Travis and I already canned his responses to the question that these captains will be asking. So I'm going to set up the table. I'm going to ask the captains the same question. Then I'll play Travis's answer as well, and we'll move on from there. Okay, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Matthew Jewett, also, who is going to be the captain of one of our only Southside teams. Matthew, I appreciate you showing up this evening, and thank you for joining the Fling Show tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you answer the first question. It's pretty simple. How did you come about picking the guys and ladies on your team?
Well, the lady aspect kind of came as a default, because if I didn't pick my wife, then I don't have a comfortable place to sleep. So that was a pretty easy choice. You didn't have to think much about it. But when it came to most of the players, like Chris Macias and Justin Freeman, those guys are, they're Team Cypress disc golf guys. There's some guys we support, and we sponsor with some plastic. We pay for some of their entries and stuff like that. So some people we help out. Matt Stevens, of course. You think about, those guys over here at Cypress. We adopted him from the north side when he moved toward this way, and he's been a part of our little family down here ever since then. So that was a pretty clear choice. And like Clayton Christianik, and when you think about us, you always think about Clayton. He's been in our group for a long time. So these are pretty much a good set of friends. Drew Weiss the same way. Kevin Erb is just a good friend that we always play. We play quite a few rounds with. We see him a lot. And everybody there. And Jared Passman, I've known him for a long time. He's a pretty strong player. So that's kind of why I put him there. That was one of my guys that I kind of brought in from the outside of our little circle of friends. But he was a great addition, and he's a very strong advanced player. And that's kind of the reason I chose him. He's one of the Bridgeland guys, and so he plays a course that's very much like TAT, has a lot of tight areas. The rough is rough. So it was an easy choice for him. So that's pretty much the breakdown of who I chose and why I chose him.
Okay, that's some insight there. So your first matchup is against Mr. Steelwagon. So let's have Matt answer that exact same question. Matt, what went into you building your team?
I chose a team that was built to suit pretty much any of the courses in the area. I, having done this before, know kind of what happens over the course of a Winter League season, and it doesn't always go the way that you plan it to. My first year, we had an open player on our team who was Jacob Files, otherwise known as the Rain Man of disc golf. And he ended up not showing up to a certain number of matches. It was a bad decision on my part, because as talented as he was just entering college, and that ended up taking up a lot of his time. Obviously, his priorities were in the right place, but they were not to help our team at that point. So I kind of wanted to prevent against that. And the other thing is that I also have a lot of guys that wanted to play on teams last time that just didn't get to. And so I wanted to make some different decisions and kind of mix it up. I'm the only captain carrying 2 women. I've got Nikki Wyatt, who is clearly a very good player. She's awesome, leader of Chicks Chasing Chains. I'd be a fool not to pick her up. She's a very strong player in the area. So she's also a very calculated player, and that's what I like about her. My other female is one that is a little less known to me, but I do a lot of research. And Nikki came to me and said, this would be a good choice. And I started looking at the statistics and got to talking with her a little bit. And Jill Norwick, 903 rated player, has some experience playing in Arizona, Michigan. Started talking to her about the courses that she's played around here. And lo and behold, she likes a lot of courses that I happen to like. So it feels like with her having played in a lot of different states, like I have, playing a lot of different courses like I have, she seemed like somebody that appears to be a good fit for the team. Coincidentally enough, she comes with a guy by the name of Zach Liston. And here's another good player, has plenty of tournament experience. I've seen some good video of him throwing as well. He's got solid form, looks to shoot pretty decently. He's going to be a strong advanced player for us. And I think that that's going to be, a good fit for us as well. And chances are that's probably a pretty good doubles team. The couple that throws together and wins together usually stays together. So, that works out well for us. I picked up you, Chris, your old hat at this game as well. You're what I call the streak, and you go on the hot streak, you go on the cold streak, but you're going to keep everybody kind of even keeled throughout the entire thing. And I want to see if you guys walk away scratching their head going, how come I didn't pick up more points? So that's why I picked you up. Edward Gardier. The interesting thing about this format is that we go strictly off of rating. And so there's a cut line of 970 that requires you to play up if play in open, if that's the case. But beyond that, we don't put labels on things like, age protected or anything. It's strictly ratings based. Edward is a great competitive player. He's not afraid of any course, doesn't care who he's playing against. He actually showed very well in an MP 40 division when he qualifies for an MP 50 division. He did very well this weekend. He kind of had a little bit of a rough stretch. I'm one to talk, but his rating is such that he qualifies in that intermediate rec division area. And so as a direct result, he's extremely strong there and probably carries more experience than most of the intermediate rec players that are out there. So I felt that was a good fit. Mikey Siebert, look, man, I mean, how can you not pick up just the coolest cat in town? I mean, this guy is awesome fun. Talk about a crash course and experience. The man didn't just start playing disc golf. He dove headlong into it. And I mean, that dude should be getting like AAA frequent driver miles, if that even existed, for the amount of miles he's put on to play all over the country. And he's learned from a lot of really good people. He's got a great competitive spirit. He's a strong player. Look forward to seeing what he brings to the table. Again, super strong. The rating doesn't tell the true story of what he is, but since it's a ratings-based competition, why not?
Everybody want to be like Mike.
Exactly. We picked up Connell. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Kid's having just a supremely solid year this year. B tier victory, a few C tier victories. We're talking a nearly net 20-point increase in rating over the year. It's just been a steady good year for him. And this format offers him the ability to not worry so much about the rating that he's getting for a round, but just to go out and play against a person. And I think that kind of head-to-head matchup is good experience for a young man like himself. I'm on the team because you poor bastards are stuck with me. I think that's all that needs to be said. And then comes our open division. We got a really good open division group here. My dark horse open guy, Alex Hughes. This guy is the bionic man. He will outrun anybody on the course, probably outplay you while running on the course. And when he takes his time, this man is sneaky good. I've lost a lot of money to this man over the years, and I still call him my friend. So Alex is a solid choice for us. And then Freddie Misa. Enough said. So we're very, very happy with the team that we have right now. And I'm looking forward to it. I think we match up well with the other two teams, or the other three teams rather. I'm sorry. I think we match up pretty well with them. And I look forward to some good competition. I'm hoping those Texas Army Trail guys are not cheapskate Little Caesars guys, because I'm not looking for a run into the woods in between rounds on the second round. You know how I bring the food at my matches, young man. I expect you to be better than this Yankee.
Sir,
But
there's gonna be let's just we'll put a pause there. There's gonna be I think I'm putting it on for about 16 hours, a smoked pork butt. That way we can all nibble on a big fat pork cheek.
awesome.
And it's
And we'll
gonna be
bring
delicious.
we're going to contribute dessert. We'd like to offer
That's what
you
I'm
guys
talking
some
about.
humble pie.
Mm.
Did you say humble pie?
Yeah,
You said humble pie? is what you
That means
said?
he's gonna go to the humble Texas and get it.
All right, so all right, guys. Let's move on. We're gonna go ahead and take the man in secret, the secret captain who's hiding behind a mask because he can't be seen. But we're gonna let Mr. Mayo fill us in on his team, and then I'm gonna show you what Travis's answer was to the exact same question. So Charles, the question is what went into you building your team?
Honestly, Chris, man, my team was built on friendship and good vibes and, bonds throughout the time that we've all known each other. It worked for us the first year, and, I kind of stuck with it for this go round as well.
I would like to say yes on that, but I also know your roster, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a little bullshit because of the players that you have, because your open players are Anthony Perkins, AP, and if I'm not mistaken, Marcus, as I like to call him, Stevenson. And then your MA1 players, one for the course that you chose, Justin Holman. People don't know him. He's a assassin on that course. Then you got Brian Trahan, and your other one is Charles.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm driving.
No worries.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Your MA1s, you have Justin, Brian, and who else is your third?
You. Honestly,
It's you. Sorry, I forgot.
I believe that's it.
And your lady on the team is?
Dominique Whitehead.
Okay. And your intermediate in Rec R?
There's a whole bunch of them. So that was kind of the biggest thing was this team that I've built. It's built on what I said to begin with, but at the same time, I've got a solid crew of guys that just don't have good ratings, guys that don't play well in tournaments, or stuff like that. I've got a solid team that can play just about anywhere in any division they want to and still put up a fighting shot.
All right. Well,
but I've got Colin Heritage.
Oh.
I've got Brian Trahan, Hunter Montaigne. He's stuck in advance because his rating's so good. Let me see. Who else?
I think that's it.
Is that all of them?
Yep, that's
We
it.
named off everybody.
You have. Anyway, that's a solid team. And I hear you on building it through your friendships and especially those people who play that course. So let's hear what Travis had to say why and how he built.
As far as the team goes, a lot of the guys on my team, of course, are very good friends of mine that I've played with for a long time. Jordan and Treg, we've known each other, and Daniel Pineda. All four of us, we've all known each other since like middle school. So it's been like a 20+ year friendship. So it was going to be kind of hard not to pick those guys and put them on, let them have some fun. And then actually the day I found out about the Winter League, I think Tanner just happened to be at the shop. And so of course Tanner's at the shop, Nick's at the shop. So that was pretty easy to pick those guys. And then I called Charlie right away and was like, hey, so at first I thought because there was 10 and we're gonna play with 7 for sure, and then you have 3 subs. So my first thought was like, well, I'll have like a sub for the pros, a sub for MA1, and a sub for intermediate rec. And then I realized, like, you know, not everybody's gonna make it all the time. So if I had like, you know, an intermediate rec guy not show up, then I wouldn't be able to play that extra open player. So I decided to only go with Tanner and Charlie on the open side, and then have 3 of the MA1 guys, and then 4 intermediate rec players. And then so Andrew Jefferson works with us a lot. So of course I asked him. Nick works with us. Jason Moragas is always around. I mean, he's always, you know, at Spring Valley all the time, and he's always around. And I think he happened to be, once again, he was another guy that just happened to be up at the shop. We were talking about some other things that I'm trying to work with him on, and I just, you know, had the opportunity right there while he was there to ask him if he'd play with us. And then Tanner had mentioned he had talked to Sharu sometime pretty recent, right around the same. Like I said, a lot of mine kind of worked out. It really worked out that Tanner had just talked to Sharu, and then so I told him to ask her, and she was all about it. So I was excited because she's awesome. So it's nice.
Well, okay. So seems like y'all have a lot of commonality there. So let's move on to why you chose the course. Now we'll keep it to the simple answers. Matt Jewett, let's lead off. Why did you choose Texas Army Trail?
I mean, y'all boys know where it's at. It's in our backyard. So, I mean, if that's, you know, that's our baby. Everybody in the disc golf community in Houston knows that Texas Army Trail is somewhere we hold near and dear to our heart. And, you know, we go out there, blood, sweat, and tears, take care of her, make sure she's prim and proper. And another big reason is I have a lot of different layouts I can play with on that course. I can make it extremely hard. I can make it extremely easy. I can mix and match those holes. I have the ability to, if I really want to play with y'all, I can go out there and bury another caller in that course and just really throw a curveball at y'all. So, I mean, I chose TAT because, you know, it's our home course. It's our backyard. We know our lines. We know our bag when we go to there. And it's really hard to beat some of our guys at TAT. I mean, saying me, you know, I'm an intermediate to, you know, low advanced player, maybe medium advanced player. Yeah, I can throw far, but my putt's not so good. But I mean, I can go out there and shoot a 4 or 5 down, and there's not a lot of people in Houston that can go out there and do that in a pretty mean layout. So I really chose it because it's our backyard, it's our home course. Speaking on that, I kind of like how TC Jester got chose too, because I mean, that's like our next door neighbor's backyard that, you know, we kind of knock the fence down and we kind of can join. So I mean, that's all of our guys playing league there. So I mean, I'm really enjoying my 2 home courses I'm going to get this year. You know, I'm not going to complain at all. And how it played out to where we got 2 home and 1 at TC. So I mean, in all due respect, good luck, fellas.
I like shots being fired. All right, Stillwagon, why did we pick Northside Christian Church?
Well, first of all, with that hat on, I just wanted to let you know, Matt Jewett looks like we're actually interviewing Vanilla Ice, but okay. We chose Northside Christian. I actually narrowed it down to about 4 choices, threw those 4 choices out to my team and let my team pick. And the interesting thing about it is that they all kind of got it. Similar to Matt's reasons, I will tell you that Northside Christian Church offers me a ton of options, multiple tees, more than 18 holes. I can do a lot of weird stuff out at that place. So it enables me to gauge how my team is playing and see if I can find some ways to negate advantages for others or increase advantages for ourselves.
All right, Charles, Stonebridge. Think you're on mute again.
Yeah, sorry. Well, I think my reasoning was pretty obvious. You know, it was where we won the first time, but I also gave my entire team the option. I let everybody vote for it, and believe it or not, Stonebridge had the most votes, even though I have so many of these newer players. Stonebridge still came back with the most votes. And what was funny was also, like Jewett said, Northside was our second most voted on. So we have 2 home courses too. So yeah, I mean, take that how you want to, but I mean, I'm not scared of Jewett and his team and his courses. So
No, Charles loves Texas Army Trail. I've seen his scores
Hey,
up there. They're lovely.
it's my favorite, bro. I'll just take all my drivers out.
All right, so let's hear what Travis had to say.
So we went with TC Jester, and the only reason I did, honestly, is I think it's a pretty fair course for a lot of people. And a lot of our team doesn't necessarily live on the north side. A lot of them do, but a lot of the courses are also seem to be a little bit, more on this north side. And so I went down just a little bit, it's not too far south, but I tried to get at least a course in there that maybe Tanner doesn't have to drive quite as far. And a couple other people, of course. Charlie lives downtown. I mean, there's a bunch of people. To be honest, I don't know where Sherul is, but I'm assuming down south somewhere because I only see her normally when I play in the events down there. So yeah, I just wanted to get something a little, I play these courses a lot, and a lot of this league I'm looking at as just a really good time. A lot of should be like some really competitive, fun matches and new. To me, I mean, put me on neutral courses and stuff, and I like it. Something, even if we could go to like a brand new course, it'd be just as fun to me. So
Okay,
I like it.
All right. So Matt, let's go over the matches that you're kind of looking at this week. Obviously, the first round is going to be this Saturday. Stillwagon is traveling to your home course at TAT. So you got the first choice, and I know that the matches have been made. Kind of give us a little insight on just a couple, don't run them all down, but on a couple of matches, give us a little insight on your thinking on setting those matches.
I mean,
Which Matt?
You.
Oh, okay. So, of course, when me and Matt always look at each other, we're both pretty strategic. So, when I kind of went in looking at this, when he gave me his lineup and I had time to kind of sit down and think about mine, because he opened the curtain before I did. It gave me time to kind of look at what I wanted to do and how I wanted to play it. With the layout it's in and with how with the players that they have. Some of the guys are a little on the I don't want to be mean, but on the older side, and they don't have the distance that some of us younger cats have. Like Matt Stevens, for example. The guy is. That's where I wanted to play him. So when I was allowed to play him as an advanced player, knowing how well he plays at my course and of course at TC Jester, that's one of my favorite things I'm going to watch, because there's not going to be a lot of advanced players out there that are going to be knocking on that man's door. I'm looking forward to him and Zach. I like Matt did. I saw a lot of research, and I'm really looking forward to that match, because it's either going to be a nail biter or a blowout. Either Matt Stevens is going to go out there, he's going to lay his thing out there and, do what he does and shoot, 8 or 9 down and, go out there and tear every hole up and, take advantage, or he's going to go out there and go toe for toe with the guy. So that's one of my favorite ones I'm looking out for. And also, I got my little guy, Drew Weeds. We got the yard gnome versus a female player that's almost the same rating. I think her rating's actually higher. I think he's in like the upper 800s. I think he's like an 890 rated player, 880. So I'm looking forward to our yard gnome going out there and throwing some bombs and hitting some big putts, because the dude has been on fire. He whooped me at TAT this past weekend. So he's on fire right now. So, that's another one I'm looking at.
All right, Matt, how about yourself?
well, I will put it to you this way. I feel that we've got certain advantages. Number one, yes, we do have a primarily age protected team. But after the Geritol and Ben Gay set in, there's nothing that a pair of Depends can't do to get us through the round. But to that end, I also know a few things about Jewett's team, about our team. And the only thing that may be more foul than Matt Jewett's putting out there this weekend might very well be the amount of trash talked. I think it could get rather interesting. And you know, I think the matchup that most intrigues me out of this grouping is the advanced division. I think that it could be one of those things where I think that this match, the first round matchups are going to come down to the advanced division and the MA2, MA3 division. I really think that's where it's going to be at. I've got news for you. One thing that I have great extensive experience in is a extensive study over 19 plus years. I know that every child that you have adds 4 strokes to your score. And so, Mr. Stevens, I'd like to congratulate you with +4, and we'll go from there.
That poor fella. That man's going to be 60 by the time that kid leaves high school.
All right, Charles, is that just a chair or stool? Are we going to be able to hear from Mr. Mayo? Hello, Charles. Okay, if not, I'll go ahead and we'll play Travis's reply to this as well. Let me fast forward through that interview real quick just to get to the point and tell you what he was looking forward to as far as the matchups coming up.
To me, so
Okay,
I like it. So, well, first off, I'll tell you that Jordan called out Mayo already. And then Joe called me out. And, like, to be honest, you know, I've been mulling over, like, not making that happen just to kind of dig, you know. But I'm pretty competitive. So whenever you get called out, it's hard not to just go ahead and let that happen, you know. And so I think I'm a little excited. This will be the first time I pick, so I'm a little excited to see how it actually goes down. I think our teams are actually really, really competitive. You know, there's this really sweet spot that honestly, because of the format, it being intermediate rec combined, like, there's a big swing in skill that you can have in that division. I think on the pro side and the MA1 side, it's a little closer. You know, everybody's skills are pretty close. And then in the intermediate rec, I mean, it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down a lot to those guys, you know, in my opinion. I think you could have lots of splits and stuff on the higher ends because one guy has a good 9, then the other guy has a good 9. You could split more often. I think, you know, in intermediate rec, guys, like, man, when somebody's on, they're on, you know, and when they're not, they're not. Where I feel like the higher you get, the higher level you get, it's more about consistency. You know, you might have a couple bad holes, but overall consistency is much more likely than us rec guys, you know. Intermediate guys, we can be all over the place. So I'm pretty excited to see how it works out.
All right, Charles, what matches are you looking forward to now that you've heard the official y'all called them out theory?
Well, you know, it's kind of funny because Jordan messaged me like way early in the week on me out, and I was like, all right, man. I was like, if that's what you want to do, then sure. I mean, as long as your captain's okay with it, I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't have anything better to do. So, and then honestly, I'm just now finding out. Thank you. Have a good night. I'm honestly just now finding out about the whole Joe and Travis thing. So that's news to me, but that's fun. I mean, it works out because when I was making my ideal matchups prior to all of this, that was kind of how I saw that going down anyway. And I even responded to Jordan's call out, and I was like, really? Me? I figured you were going to go after Joe, or is that going to be the Joe and Travis battle? So, you know, it's funny that it went down that way. But you know, we have 3 matches if we go with the call outs. We have 3 matches that are already set, and we both only have 8 players that are able to show up. So we've got 5 matches that need scheduled, that need, you know, drawn up. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it because honestly, it could go either way. Our teams are pretty close, and if you really want to factor in the mental aspect, you know, my team's not very stable.
Okay, well, there's a little insight
They're
there.
understable.
Yes,
Very,
understandable.
very understable.
All right,
But you know,
Captain.
when they're on, and you know, it's hard to beat somebody that doesn't miss. And I've played multiple rounds with all of these guys who just don't miss. They're unstoppable. At some point, you just sit back and go, man, this is a damn good show. Like, keep it up. So
Well, I'm looking
we'll
forward
see.
to it. All right. All right. So, captains, I'm not going to keep you here much longer. So, the last question, and we're going to wrap this up. So, short answer here. This is the matchup that you're looking forward to the most, whether it be in the singles format early or the doubles format late. If you could pay to see your two best, or just somebody that you just think that's outstanding play against the other team's best or outstanding player, what matchup you looking at the most, are looking forward to the most? Matt Jewett, let's let you answer that one first, so we keep it in the same rotation.
Man, you know, I'm looking at the two, probably the two. This could be argued, but two of the best players probably in Houston would be AP, and I'm looking for Freddie. I want to see that go down in some match play, because that is going to be a straight, nobody's going to win. I think they're going to push hole for hole, and they're not going to even score any points. It's going to be a pointless match.
All right. Well, see, I was actually talking about your
my match
this week.
So,
but just so you know, we have Freddie wiping the floor with AP in match play when we first did our match play on this side. But that's neither here nor there. We don't want to go back to the film, because then we'd have to watch the tape, and I don't think that's allowed in disc golf.
ouch. Okay. So in ours this week, who would I like to see? I think
the doubles or singles. What match are you saying? You know what? I'd almost kind of pay to see this one.
You know, I'd like to see probably myself and Clayton Krishnick versus Pappy and skinny long-haired kid. That's who I'd like to see. Me and Clayton go out there and show them how doubles is supposed to be played out of Tat.
Okay. All right, Matt, you heard what Mr. Jewett had to say. What is the matchup you're most looking forward to this weekend?
Well, I'd like to respond to that first, Chris. I think I think it was a great little call out by him. But you know, I'm a strategist, and I don't need two good players to beat two half players. So we'll probably break that up a little bit. Anyways, and by the way, when I say half players, it's really 3/4 Clayton and a quarter of Vanilla Ice over here. Anyways, so no, I think for this weekend, honestly, I'll put it to you this way. I am really most interested in the spread between the spread of round one. I've got my doubles concept set up, but I've got it set 3 ways based off of how the score breaks. And because of that, I really think that on the singles side, the most interesting matchup for me is I've got Mikey Siebert over Vanilla Ice over here, and that was a choice by Captain Ice as well. So I'm looking forward to that match.
All right, Charles.
I talked to Mikey a little bit about it, and he was yeah, okay.
All right, Charles, you're in the dark, but come to the light and tell us what you're looking forward to, your matchup you're looking forward to most this week.
I mean, it's hard to say because we haven't had a chance to make matchups yet. Travis has been on my back, I mean, for a week now, trying to get these matchups done. And quite honestly, man, my life's so crazy right now that I haven't had time. And I know that's the excuse all the time, but dude, that's my life all the time now. It's been crazy. So
I think John Bowen this.
Yeah, I know. So hey, we're getting it done. I will make sure it happens. I think today was kind of the last of the crazy days for a little bit. So yeah, I honestly am picking up dinner as we speak. That's why I'm driving right now. So hopefully tonight's the end. We can get this all set and done tomorrow. But I mean, honestly, I can't say that I have any matchups that I'm really looking forward to. I mean, us versus them is going to be a matchup on its own, and I think it's going to be a good one. It's hard to say.
I'd like to see Charlie and AP. That if you're gonna ask somebody, and if you can't pick one, that's who I'd be picking. I'd pay a little money to go watch Charlie and AP play. Think that's
Yeah, well, I guess we will see how it all plays out.
Mayo and Jordan, that's gonna be mine right there.
All right.
Well,
So
we know three of them that are chosen, and if I was gonna watch one, I would say I would watch mine too. So
It's got to film it, brother.
all right,
Yeah.
Charles, we'll listen up and see what Travis had to say because it was quite entertaining.
Pretty excited to
All
see
right,
how it
can't
works
wait.
out. I mean, I don't know. I think I really like their MA1 players, and then I like mine. So I think it could be, a really good matchup when it comes down to the MA1 guys playing each other. Because I think they have Holman playing MA1 and Hunter, and then I have Nick and Andrew's not. Yeah,
Yeah,
Andrew's
Brian
not playing. So it'll be Jason and Nick.
Yeah, they got
I'd probably like to get Joe and Mayo against me and Jordan too, just to make they both call outs in the doubles match, so be kind of. I really am pumped, dude. I hope. I think everybody is.
All right, you heard it, Charles. He's calling you and Joe out in doubles between him and Jordan. I'd like to see that happen.
And you know what? I think we have to make it happen. I've had no part in this so far, but even when you asked me, whenever you asked Jewett earlier, I started thinking about matchups, and I was like, I don't really know any. I was sitting here thinking the only thing that I could possibly already know is me and Joe and Jordan and Travis. Hey, that would be a good doubles matchup. I already half-assed thought about it, so that's funny that he said that as well. I don't know. That would be fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good weekend for sure.
All right, Charles, but you get that food to the family. Thank you for joining us. I know that you had a busy day as well. Good to hear from you. Look forward to seeing what y'all do this weekend as well. You have a good night. Be safe on your way home. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm home now, so
all right.
I will have a good night. Y'all do the same.
All right, peace. Hey,
All
Matt.
right, bye.
Hey, Matt Jewett, thank you so much for coming on this evening. Before I let you go, I know I'd be remiss because I know you and Mr. Stillwagon always like to have a little last word. So any last words before we let you go this evening?
I'm just looking forward to it. I was kind of reluctant to be a captain this year because it was a monster cluster shenanigan last time because the dates weren't chosen, but I think Matt he structured it correctly this time, and I really look forward to it. I think there should be a new rule put in there that if it's a mutual call out, I think that it ought to be penciled in automatically. That should be something that's concrete, set in stone, no strategy. If they call each other out, let them get at it. Other than that, he keeps calling me Vanilla Ice, and I plan on icing y'all this weekend. Come out to Tad. It's gonna be cold. The basket's gonna be orange, bright and shiny, and we'll be there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed with a pork butt that's gonna be nice and smoked.
All right, Matt. Well, I look forward to seeing you this weekend, sir. And thank you for coming on tonight and taking your time. I know you had a busy day as well. So you get back to your family as well. So thank you for coming on, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, I remember everybody support local, still banging, Cypress Disc Golf Co. They're on the north. We're on the more of a North Houston side. They're in the Conroe side. Come check us out. They got some cool stuff. We got some cool stuff we're talking about doing with the Still Banging All the Chains group. So come check us out. We also got some Crush clothing. You see me wearing them. This is local stuff. Robbie Bratton, he's from Tomball area. Come check us out, man. And always remember, sign up for these guys' tournaments because I've known Stillwagon too long, and he runs a hell of a show. And I know he's got a hell of a crew behind him. So, man, I really appreciate everything y'all do for the community up there. And I look forward to more of what y'all do.
Thank you so much, Matt, man. You have a good night, sir. Peace.
You, sir.
All right. All right, Matthew, Mr. Stillwagon. You know I was going to give you the last word after I ever got everybody off anyway. But any last words before we get off this show?
number one, that pork butt that's going to be out there ain't going to be the only thing getting smoked. No. Guys, it's I love this format. We at Still Banging have already set our minds. The biggest disappointment of this year's Winter League has been the amount of players that missed out. And the cries have already come for more teams next year, and we're going to double the size of this next year, but it's going to be huge. And then 2023, y'all are seeing it on the screen right there. We officially have all of our dates sanctioned, paid for, approved. The Still Banging Appetite for Destruction Tour, 6 PDGA events, going to be a phenomenal year, kicking off with a double state doubles format. 2 weekends, 2 different pools, or actually 4 different pools. It's gonna be a very, very big event this year. The Minor League Disc Golf Tour coming up as well. Multi-format, unsanctioned, point series, bonus cash, trophies, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be a huge, huge year, and it's only possible because of how much you guys supported us this year. So if you liked what we did this year, this is only the beginning.
Yeah, I cannot wait, Matt. Once again, all of our PDGA events have been entered into PDGA, and the dates have been set as well. So y'all take a look at that. I know that Matt and I are ready to get the signups for Texas State's going. You're going to get more information on the Still Banging page, so stay tuned. We will get that out to everyone because we will have an early registration as well. But this Minor League Disc Golf Tour, I cannot wait for this. I love the formats because it just allows the players to do something a little bit different, whether it's the BOD, whether it's Valley Cali, whether it's best shot, whether it's alternate, whether we do doubles or you do match play. It's going to give the beginning players an opportunity to play in formats that A, they would normally not get to play in, and B, play in a tournament style event. I cannot wait for that. And of course, we're going to have our Winter League. We're also going to be doing, which we, as Matt just said, I hope that that's going to bring more teams and more views this year, hopefully bring more teams next year, because as Matt has pointed out, this event up east where he is from goes from state to state. And I know that that's a vision that if not state to state, since Texas is so big, heck, at least maybe get up to Dallas and San Antonio and Austin, which in most places that is state to state. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And the Handicap League had a blast with that last year. It was awesome. I mean, and that's coming from someone on a lower level player being able to play with Connell Stillwagon for a change since he's turned past 12. That was the last time he asked me what I scored, whether or not I beat him. So I get the opportunity to at least compete with him now at his age. So I love that format as well. So look forward to what we got coming up this year. We really appreciate the kind words that we get from the players, from the captains, and from people who participate in our events. It means the world to us. Because the most important thing to us is that A, you have a quality event, and B, you have a great time while you're there. Not only that, though, is typically we like to make sure that you're home safe and sound at a good early time and everything's taken care of and wrapped up. So Matt, I can look so forward to next year. And again, thank you for coming on the show tonight. Winter Leagues, I can't wait to get into it. Just to hear y'all banter back and forth, it just reminded me back in the days of being in the gym or being in the locker room with my teammates and just having fun, because at the end of the day, guys, this was all about fun. I think y'all could hear it in their voices. I think you could hear it in their replies, but while they are having fun, I can tell you this is a very, very competitive group of people, very competitive. And I cannot wait to see how it plays out. We're going to bring you live updates on Saturday, and we will be going over the results next Monday. And then as the week gets closer, we'll be setting up the next matchups as well. So Matt, before you go, anything else?
No, man, it's been great. It's been fun. Thank you again to all the fans out there. Thank you for the support. Matt Jewett, one last thing. I know this will make it in the after cut. What Matt didn't point out about the last time that he did this is Matt's the kind of guy that has to get naked to count to 21, and his mathematics cost them serious placement. So bring a calculator, because I hear you can only get to 20 and a half these days. But have a great night, folks.
All right, Matt, you have a good night, sir. Peace. And
Peace.
I will see you later. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good night. All right, folks. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us this evening. It's been a blast. It's one of my favorite times this year. I cannot wait. And I do want to thank again everybody. I forgot to thank also Tammy Coffee for coming out and helping us this past weekend at Stonebridge. Of course, the wonderful staff of Still Banging with Nate Clark, Charles Mayo, and Connell Stillwagon. Thank you so much for everything that you do. It makes the events run so much smoother. And I want to thank Lone Star Disc for A, sponsoring the show, B, for being a team sponsor of the Winter League as well, and C, for being the sponsor of the Toys for Tot Drive. It's kind of funny. They sponsored a Call Your Ace shot at Stonebridge Church this last weekend on holes 9, 12, and 1. And hole 9 was hit, but unfortunately, Mr. Edward Gardier, my teammate, hit it, but he didn't use a Lone Star Disc. He won $250 extra. But as some people said, he didn't need that extra money. And I never knew money was extra. Not in my world. But folks, until next time, as you know, we like to say here, go play disc golf, go throw something in the air. Y'all be nice to each other. All right. Peace. We'll see y'all next week. All right. Peace.